This is a lesson on how to create a no-fail quiz or a branched form quiz or whatever you want to call it. It's a form that when you get the question wrong, it guides you to some content and then takes you back to the question. So first thing we're going to do is name this. We'll call this content lesson. And then actually I like to call this up here, we'll call it Q1. Here's our first question. The question here is real simple. What's the color at the top border of this form? It's purple. And then I've got your choices here. So what we need to do first is make sure we change the settings so we know that it's a quiz. So you go over here and you click the settings wheel, quiz, and you toggle the make this a quiz button, which looks just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and unclick correct answers, so we don't want them to have the correct answer. So make this a quiz, and then we're going to turn off correct answers. And then we're also going to do immediately, because this is for a flipped classroom. We want them to have their feedback immediately. Click save. And now we need to click the answer key button down here. And the correct answer is purple, and give it a point value. Now, before we go on, I'm going to go ahead and just add our next question, and you'll see each question is going to be a different section. So this button right here changes the section. So add a section. We're going to call this one Q2. Click the plus sign to add a question, and then I'm going to input my question real quick. So here's my question. American holiday celebrated on the fourth Thursday of November, involves the Pilgrims. You're going to click your answer key, and you're going to call it Thanksgiving, and give it 1 point. As a little side note here, I think it's important that you require these questions just to make sure that they get answered, and it just makes it a lot easier, I think. That way students can't accidentally skip something. So click the required toggle, go back to the top one, and require that one as well. All right, then here's the next important thing we're going to do. We want to branch these, and what I mean by branch them is we're going to go to the different sections based on answers. So you're going to click these three dots right there, and when you do that, you get this choice. And we want to go to section based on answer. So you'll see here, red, yellow, purple, green. Our correct answer is purple. So when they get the correct answer, we're going to go on to the next question, which is Q2. This is only a 2-question quiz. When they get the same thing on this one, you have to click on all of them, go to section based on answer. The correct answer is Thanksgiving. At that point, we're going to submit the form. So what we need to do is we need to create the content for question 1 and the content for question 2. And I will label those Q1 content, Q2 content. So again, to do that, you click this add section button right here, which is kind of dancing away from me every time I try to show it to you. So we'll do it like this. That's your add section button. All right, so click that, add the section. Let's find our untitled section. So we're going to call this one Q1 content. And then we need another section as well. So we're going to call this one Q2 content. And then now inside of Q1, we're going to create our question. And our question really is just a check for understanding. So I'm going to put incorrect. Please read and review before going on. And then here I'm going to add in an image. So Q1 is from our colors. So I found an image that I'd like to use for that. You just click the image button and select your image. So this is our image that's going to help them review, and you can see that purple is this color up here. I understand and am ready to try again. And then this one will be I need more information and ready to move on. So what we're going to do again is require these and then branch these. So you'll see here, go to section based on answers. So I understand, ready to try it again. They're going to go back to Q1. This one, I don't know, I'm ready to move on. And this is good for you as a teacher, because this will help show you that this student doesn't understand this topic, and then you need to give them some individual attention. Go to Q2. So we'll go back up here. Here's your question 1. If they get it right, they move on. If they get it wrong, they've got to go to Q1 content, which our Q1 content is some reteaching. All right, then down here, here's where they move to. So I understand, they're going to go back to the question, try it again. I don't get it, I'm ready to move on. They're going to go on to the next question because we don't want to put them in a weird loop. Same thing, here's our Q2, so we want to give them some information over here, so we'll do that. So what I did was add a multiple choice question, and I clicked this to add the image. This is just a screenshot. So my question is incorrect. Please read and review before going on. Again, I want it to be multiple choice, and I'm just going to copy and paste from up here. I understand, and I'm ready to try again. And then I need more information, and I'm ready to move on. And then again, we're going to click this button, require these, branch this, so go to section based on answer. Ready to try again, you're going to go back to Q2. Ready to move on, we're going to go ahead and submit the form. So you'll see that this is kind of an if-then thing. If they get it right, they move to the next question. If they get it wrong, they do some content review. So let's just try it, see what happens. All right, what color is the top border of this form? Let's say we think it's yellow. So it was wrong. So now we're going to look and compare. Oh, the top border is purple. So I understand, I'm ready to try again. Takes us back to the question, purple. Now we get it right. What American holiday is celebrated on the fourth Thursday? Let's say it's Labor Day. So I didn't branch it correctly. So let me go back. And see, I didn't adjust these. So this needs to go to Q2 content. All right, great. So let's refresh this so I know it's getting it right. So we started this over. Purple should just go right to question 2. Now I'm going to get this wrong. Click Halloween. It should take us to our content. There it is. There's our Q2 content. I understand, ready to try again. Back to Q2. Let's say I get it wrong one more time. And I'm just going to go, need more information, ready to move on. What's important about that is when I go back and review this as the teacher, so let's review our responses, I'll know that that question was right, this question was wrong, so I need to work with this student or this group of students. You can click this button to make a Google Sheet that you can sort and work with the students that way or identify them that way. The whole point of this is for small bits of information, for maybe key concepts the students need to understand before elaborating and getting into deeper levels of learning. And this is a way for you to check after they've watched a screencast or to maybe just embed the content inside the form anyways, for you to see who learned what and who needs attention. Okay.